Hey guys, it's Swinkly. As I mentioned in my last video, I recently made the decision to rework my game, Lost Resolve, from the ground up. So in doing so, I opened up a blank project file and started mostly from scratch. I refactored my entire movement script, well of course referencing the original, and I'm beginning to re-implement different obstacles and take a look at the game's core abilities as a whole. So let's go ahead and fire it up and talk about what's changed. So, one thing you might notice pretty quickly is that the base running speed has been improved. It always felt a little bit slow compared to sliding, so I have tweaked that a little bit. The jump is also a little bit heavier. You don't go quite as high, and I've actually found this makes it feel better for how the game's levels are designed and more precise overall. And then as we come over here, we will see this curious looking orb, which is a placeholder of course, but one of the things it does is showcase the new ability. I was taking a look at the game's movement kit and thinking, is there anything else we could add to this to kind of diversify and add depth to the gameplay? As that is something that people have mentioned or talked about in the comments of previous videos. So, may I present the homing attack. If you are within range of a target, it will home in on that target. Otherwise, it will just be a forward dash. It is not an 8-directional dash like Celeste, it is just either toward a target or straight forward. So let's go ahead and run through this level a little bit, and we'll talk about some of the other things that I'm focusing on with this rework of the game. So one of the main things that I feel was underwhelming in the current iteration of Lost Resolve was that the levels are pretty linear. There's not a lot of branching paths, and there's not a whole lot to explore. And especially after looking at, other games, particularly I was looking at level maps from Sonic Advance 2 and 3, I'm like, wow, there's so many branching pathways, there's so many options for the player, and my game just doesn't have that. It really made me think, I've got to work on my level design, make it more interesting and rewarding for the player. So that's something we'll definitely be working to improve in this new version of the game. Beyond that, with the changes I've made to the movement, it feels more immediate, it feels more precise. So let's take this lower path here and showcase the homing attack a little bit more. But with the slightly heavier jump and with some other changes like the ledge grab, for example, you'll notice the player doesn't slow down when going into a ledge grab. You just fall right into it, and it's really quick, it's really precise, just like that. And that feels better than how it used to be. And there's another kind of showcase of the usefulness of the homing attack ability. In the previous version of the game, in that situation, I would have just fallen onto the spikes and died, because that hitting this block halted my momentum, and there's no way to get it back. But because we have the homing attack, I lost my momentum, but I can dash forward and kind of save myself there. It feels really nice. The other thing is, if you need to change your momentum, which I did not do successfully there, midair, you can. It's kind of abrupt, but you can do that. I may tweak it a little bit, but that is super useful when you're running around and platforming. But anyway, we've explored kind of the middle and lower routes. Let's go take a look at this upper pathway here, which does employ the homing attack to even greater proportions. You do need to bounce to get at this one, which I keep forgetting. And then you can sort of go this way as well. So again, one of my main focuses is, with the introduction of these new abilities, or this single new ability and the rework of the existing ones, I really want to make the movement feel even more fluid, even more cohesive, but also just give the player more to do, more to explore, and more speedrunning potential, which is kind of the whole thrust of this game, if you think about it, is the potential for speedrunning. And I feel like how it is now is a lot better than it was when it comes to that. So overall, I'm really, really happy with how it's looking so far. It feels much nicer to play. It's really hard to articulate it, but everything feels quicker, more fluid, and a little bit more precise than before. And I think it comes down to just the minor tweaks that I've made to the movement and the new ability. You just feel a little bit more in control, a little faster, and especially as someone who enjoys speedrunning, it's a really great feeling. There's also more utility. Like here, for example, if you had done this ledge grab in the previous version, you couldn't go anywhere. You can't get over those spikes, but because we have the homing attack, you can now. And again, it's something I might tweak because it does send you quite far, but overall, it's working pretty well. So yeah, I'm really in this stage of just, I have most of the core elements down, but I'm really just taking a look at things, seeing, is there any way I can make things feel better? And so far, I think I have, and I'm really excited about that. But with that said, that pretty much does it for all of the new things that I want to showcase in the new version of the game. So I think we'll leave it at that for now. I'm really excited with the new direction that it's taking, and I can't wait to begin adding back, cutscenes, story, and more finalized looking levels, especially as I work to overhaul the visuals with an artist doing the assets. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed. If you haven't already, feel free to wishlist the game on Steam. Again, it's called Lost Resolve. And if not, even still, I hope you guys all have a great day, and I will see you in the next video.